with Lauren Stallone.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. It's been one day since a house exploded on Baseline Road, and Ward Councillor Skylar Frank says she's been receiving complaints about the problematic property for years. But in an interview with CTV's Daryl Newcomb, the owner defends the condition of his rental property.
Investigators with the Ontario Fire Marshal's office combed through the debris at 131 Baseline Road West, a day after the house exploded, sending a man to hospital in critical condition. The property's owner suspects homelessness and drug use in the area might be to blame.
This kind of an explosion, I feel like natural gas. They did something funny with something and something happened. That's the only thing I can think of. I have no other, but nobody was supposed to be there. And it was properly locked.
Asif Sheikh says economic conditions have not been conducive to breaking ground on his high-rise development. However, he denies that the house was abandoned, adding a property management company was looking for a tenant.
A few weeks ago, this was rented. This was not an abandoned house or anything like that. This was I have a property management company.
But for years, neighbors have complained to Ward Councillor Skylar Frank about the property, including the morning of the explosion.
Property standard violations, concerns about issues on the property, and I've also, in fact, asked in the past for fencing to be put up around the property and proper securement of the property so that we don't have all these issues.
I was a few weeks ago. There's an active property manager who's taking care of the property. What else you want me to do?
As far back as October 2023, Frank suggested demolishing both houses on the site. In April 2024, fire severely damaged the one at 129 Baseline West.
We need to look at how we are dealing with vacant buildings, especially in regards to ones that are awaiting an infill opportunity. This building was not properly secured, neither was the adjacent one that had burnt down in 2024.
According to municipal records, back in September of last year, 131 Baseline Road West was the subject of a final order regarding property standards. But the order was only related to the rear garage, not the actual house that exploded. Determining a cause of the blast could take time as investigators look for clues in the rubble.
We have brought in heavy equipment to help our investigators move some of the debris in order for them to continue their investigation.
Meanwhile, just outside the fire line, there's evidence of a well-used homeless encampment.
You get stuck with tenants or you keep it empty and then you're stuck with homeless people breaking into.
Should they be demolished earlier if no one is living in them, if they're slated for redevelopment? And I think we need to make sure that residents can feel safe, that if they are near a vacant building, it will not blow up, it will not be set on fire.
Police have not provided an update on the condition of the man injured in the explosion. Daryl Newcomb, CTV News.
A senior citizen has died after a vehicle went into the St. Clair River south of Port Lambton. Emergency crews from both sides of the border responded to the crash Wednesday afternoon. The lone occupant, an 84-year-old Walpole Island resident, was recovered from the water and pronounced deceased at the scene. Lambton OPP continue to investigate. The London Police Service is partnering with the national anti-human trafficking organization #NotInMyCity to strengthen efforts to prevent and combat human trafficking in the community. The initiative includes specialized training for officers to help them better recognize the signs, support survivors, and improve investigations. Police say human trafficking is one of the fastest growing crimes in Canada, with most reported victims being Canadians trafficked within the country. They're encouraging the public to learn the warning signs and report any suspected cases to police or Crime Stoppers.
Human trafficking occurs in communities across Ontario, including London. We are equipping our officers with the training and knowledge on the signs to look for with human trafficking and sexual exploitation.
7 beaches along the Lake Huron shoreline are unsafe for swimming tonight. 5 beaches in Huron County and 2 in Bruce County have tested over the acceptable limits for E. coli. Godrich's Main Beach and Rotary Cove are both a part of the beaches with warnings tonight. Station Beach in Kincardine and Point Clark Beach tested over yesterday. Retesting will take place today and tomorrow, with results expected no later than Saturday. Health officials say lake sediment churned up by storms are the likely cause of the high levels. A London-based startup is set to launch onto the world stage with a device they say can be a game changer for people who require prosthetics. Jerry Dewan has more on the next steps.
Well, there have been remarkable innovations in lower limb prosthetics. The challenge continues to be the ever-changing form of the human body.
People can experience sometimes up to 13% limb volume change throughout a day.
For many years, the common approach to accommodating the change had been socks. Adjusting prosthetics is now possible, but not always convenient, leaving people in discomfort or at risk of further complications.
That rubbing from the misfit can lead to blisters that get infected, lead to hospitalization, and sometimes even another amputation.
The Vessel team developed the KIN automatic volume management system. The technology is embedded in the prosthetic socket and automatically adapts to limb volume.
As someone walks, this part here absorbs shock from that walking motion, which automatically turns this dial and pulls on the cable to tighten the panels against the leg.
A breakthrough moment has come for Vessel, with the U.S. Food and Drug Administration registering the KIN system as a Class 1 medical device, opening the door for broader distribution in the United States. Health Canada registration is expected soon, and an application for European registration will come this year or early next year.
It's definitely a difficult process. Doing hardware and doing medical hardware is incredibly complex.
Getting the regulatory approvals takes us into those markets. It really is that one barrier standing between us and sales, us and helping the patients that we intended to help.
The Vessel team has grown from 3 members to now 9 members, with substantial growth expected in the coming months. Along with research and innovation, the Vessel team can do small-scale production here at the Western Discovery Park. Now the goal is to find a larger space where they can ramp production up. They plan to open a new facility in London and will announce new distribution agreements soon. Robinson says there is a growing need for more comfortable and convenient prosthetics.
185,000 new amputations every year in North America. There's some really staggering data points when it comes to how fast this market is increasing and why. Diabetes is the leading cause of leg amputation, but then with all the global conflict happening around the world right now, there's a lot of traumatic amputations happening as well.
Robinson says the Vessel team continues to work with patients, prosthetists, and physical therapists to refine the KIN system. Jerry Dewan, CTV News.
A hometown hockey star is bringing professional women's hockey's biggest prize back to where it all began. Fresh off winning the Walter Cup and signing with PWHL Hamilton, London native Nicole Gosling spent the afternoon meeting fans, many of whom hope to one day follow in her footsteps. Rita Ismail reports.
The Walter Cup may be hockey's newest championship trophy, but for London's Nicole Gosling, it's already become a symbol of years of dedication.
A lot of the hard work is kind of paying off to be playing professional now.
The 24-year-old defenseman capped off an impressive rookie season with the Montreal Victoire by helping her team capture the Walter Cup. Today, she returned home with the trophy, signing autographs and posing for photos with dozens of young hockey players.
It's nice that I have somebody to look up to and that somebody can share the same experience.
For many of the girls waiting in line, seeing a hometown player reach the professional level makes their own dreams feel possible.
She plays for a professional league, so I'm excited to see her, and we might go up and do that exactly like her.
That's exactly the kind of impact Gosling hopes to have.
I just want to inspire the next generation. You know, I want them to be excited to be a professional, to what that means, to bring this trophy here to London for the first time. I think that's really exciting.
For her family, watching her lift the Walter Cup during her very first professional season has been unforgettable.
We've watched her since she was little, and to see her at this level and in her rookie year win the cup has been just amazing.
And longtime female hockey players say the rapid rise of the PWHL is changing what's possible for the next generation.
All of our dreams come true. For all these girls to be able to see that there's possibility for a professional hockey career, it touches me in a very, very profound way.
With a Walter Cup championship already under her belt and a new chapter beginning with PWHL's Hamilton this fall, Gosling says she's excited to continue building the league while showing young players in her hometown that professional women's hockey is no longer just a dream. Rita Ismail, CTV News.
A young horse lover is rising the ranks in the ultra-competitive world of barrel racing. Scott Miller reports.
Hannah Elliott has a need for speed.
I like going fast and then turning, and just it's very fun with your horse and just following through what they like to do.
The 13-year-old from the Staffa area has been riding horses since she could walk, but it wasn't until a few years ago that she got serious about barrel racing.
I kind of like seen it online and I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. And I just started it because it was really fun.
With her horse Ellie, Elliott has spent the past 2 years running barrel races across southern Ontario on the National Barrel Horse Association circuit. They've been perfecting their bond to go fast, and it's paid off with the top 10 finish in the Southern Ontario district, earning the 13-year-old rider and her horse a spot at the Youth and Teen World Barrel Racing Championships in Georgia, which happened earlier this month.
It was a very crazy experience. It was very hot, and basically, like, it's a lot bigger than your regular shows, so it was pretty scary.
While her parents do support her, driving her to competitions every other weekend for the past couple of years, Elliott has taken this challenge on largely on her own, training several hours a day, 4 or 5 times a week, enough to fine-tune Ellie's athleticism, but not enough to tire her out.
It takes a lot of try, and you kind of just go for it and you see where you end up.
She loves barrel racing enough, she wants to make it her career. The fastest riders can earn thousands of dollars in prize money and endorsements going to competitions across North America.
Yeah, I want to see how far I can get and try to make a career out of it somehow and see where that goes.
If the past few years are any indication, Elliott is well on her way to becoming a rising star on the North American barrel racing scene.
It started off as fun, but now it's not. Like, I'm trying to get out there.
Near Staffa, Scott Miller, CTV News.
Port Stanley Terminal Rail says ticket sales are down this year after a delayed start to the season caused by major bridge repairs. As CTV's Brian Bicknell tells us, the volunteer-run organization wants tourists and day trippers to know it's open for business with trains running smoothly down the track.
Air conditioned here. All flow through.
Passengers get on board, full steam ahead as the Port Stanley tour train gets set to leave the station.
Aboard!
3 carloads of passengers of all ages are on this leisure trip from Port Stanley Station to White's Park in central Elgin and back.
Oh, it's lovely. A little scary going over some of those bridges, but no, it's beautiful, and there's no other way to see it unless you're on the train.
It looked really cool, and I've never been on a train before.
My husband thought that would be really good for our grandson, and I think he's right.
This is one of several trips per week where passengers take a slow ride along the historic rail line, taking in the Elgin countryside along the way. There are other ticketed options with onboard entertainment, including live music or dinner theater.
You gotta like people, you gotta like trains, but I'm sharing the history and I get a lot of nods. A lot of seniors ride the train that years ago rode the train as kids when it was electrified back in the early days.
Conductor Mark Askew says the popular tourist train lost momentum earlier this year when the Kettle Creek train bridge was down for major repairs. The Christmas and Easter trains were halted, but the rail line was back up and running this past May.
Last year, just over 17,000 people rode the train.
Wow. How are we doing this year?
Oh, we're under on the count. Basically, we started off late, but we're going to catch up, we're hoping, with the additional trips.
At nearly 170 years old, this railroad is operated completely by volunteers. Anyone with an interest in preserving history and showing people what Southern Ontario has to offer. Among the volunteers is longtime engineer Bob Wood.
They said railways were a thing of the past, so I believed them, and it turns out they're not a thing of the past. It's nice to be able to give people some joy running on something that's been here for this length of time.
Sometime later, the train approaches the station once again. The end of the line. Passengers disembark after a family adventure spent riding the rails on a sunny summer day.
What a great way to spend an Ontario summer afternoon on a train, a slow train. You get to see parts of the
of your country that you don't ever get to see.
The train runs Saturdays and Sundays, Wednesdays and holidays through the summer before switching to its fall schedule.
It's being run as a volunteer railway, supported only by the ridership that keeps it going.
Brian Bicknell, CTV News, Port Stanley.
The tastiest long weekend of the year has arrived at Victoria Park in downtown London. For 36 years, the London Ribfest has filled plenty of bellies, and as usual, we sent our Nick Paparella for his annual taste test.
Welcome to Bubbaloo's, folks! Bubbaloo's, where you never lose!
If you love ribs, then River Row at Victoria Park is the place to be this civic holiday weekend.
Get your dino attack over here, folks! Dino-licious!
Those at Dinosaur Smokehouse are ready to serve.
We have some pit masters that have all been learning how to barbecue for years and years, so we just have perfected our craft on how you cook the ribs. We have a beautiful seasoning, beautiful sauce that you just can't get anywhere. It's special to us.
And it's all finger-licking Bad Boys!
London's own Fat Boys is back once again.
This is a family, so the same ribs that I cook here at London Ribfest is the exact same ribs I made for my mom a couple weeks ago back home. I made it for my husband. I make it for my friends when they come over in the middle of October. It's the same recipe, and it's one that's served us well for the last 27 years. So you don't change something that's good, and that just means you get to share it with the community every single year.
As a former winner of the best ribs, Ricky says they always need to bring their A game.
You know, there is quite a bit of pressure. There's not a bad rib here. I say it every year. Everybody's coming to this event with the best product they possibly have.
With ribbers ready to serve, Fred Rovers didn't waste any time getting to the park.
Oh, it's kind of a little annual tradition, actually. Our office isn't that far away, so every summer when we find out Ribfest is on, we head on over for a staff lunch.
And Robin Palmer came into London from Port Stanley and brought her 84-year-old mother, Dolly.
Looks like you're enjoying the ribs.
Of course. They're good. I used to come here all the time because I used to live in London. So I had to come back just to get the ribs.
Why do you like coming out to Ribfest?
Just the different flavors, the different techniques, whether it's for the beans are amazing too.
It's the excitement. It's dinner and a show. These people put on a great show. All of these ribbers are hooping and hollering, and they're all wearing their cowboy hats because it's all Western themed.
Year after year, I'm the official taste tester here at the London Ribfest. But this year, you know, folks, I'm training for a marathon in September, and I got to show some restraint, some willpower. I can't dig in this year. Dig! Oh, well, so much for willpower. Nick Paparella, CTV News.
When CTV News returns, people aren't the only ones trying to cool off this summer. Canadian and U.S. stock markets gained ground today. In Toronto, the TSX gained 172, while in New York, the Dow added 614, and the Nasdaq is up 679. The Canadian dollar gained a third of a cent, and on commodity markets, gold is up $83 an ounce, and oil fell 87 cents a barrel. The threat of the strike by WestJet flight attendants has London International Airport advising travelers to be proactive. Airport President and CEO Scott McZadian tells CTV News it is likely the smarter option to change travel plans as a possible Sunday strike deadline approaches. 4,400 WestJet flight attendants issued a 72-hour strike notice over issues including unpaid work completed while on the ground. Talks are said to be continuing. The airline has offered its passengers with flights scheduled between July 30th and August 4th the opportunity to make a one-time change or to cancel with no fee. WestJet currently operates routes from London International Airport to Calgary and Winnipeg. European national soccer teams are threatening to boycott the next World Cup if FIFA goes ahead with a plan to sell stakes in the tournament to private investors. FIFA President Gianni Infantino wants to create a $20 billion spin-off company to run to the World Cup with minority ownership stakes up for sale. Europe's governing soccer body called UEFA held an emergency meeting today where members voted to boycott FIFA competitions if the plan goes through. In a statement, the group said, quote, "Some things are simply too important to sell."
Good evening. Clear and comfortable overnight. A bit of fog developing as we head toward sunrise. We're looking at a beautiful Friday. Thanks, Maria, for this photo of Bo. They were out for a walk in Komoka, and she said Bo just sat down on some grass and just had a little rest. It's going to be a hot one tomorrow. Temperature by 8 o'clock, 18. Stay with us. Your local weather is coming up right after this.
Julie joins me now. Julie, we've had really beautiful weather the past few days. Really can't complain. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's been spectacular. This big area of high pressure, lots of dry air, and temperatures have been quite comfortable. A little shift coming our way tomorrow, so temperatures are going to warm up a bit, heating to about 30 degrees in the afternoon, and a bit of a humidex developing as the area of high pressure moves east of us. That means the return flow and the winds kick around to the south. Today was picture perfect, though. That area of high pressure really dominating. We have rainfall in eastern Ontario and rain moving through the Maritimes, and that continues tonight. As we take a look at northwestern Ontario, we've had scattered showers and thunderstorms in advance of a front, but it's been hot in northern Ontario, and a heat warning continues. In southern Ontario, comfortable temperatures tonight, still quite nice. I hope you had the windows open briefly yesterday or through the overnight. Again tonight, same story. We'll dip down to 15 degrees in London, Midwestern Ontario, 12 degrees through Mount Forest and KW. A bit warmer now along the lakeshore of Huron and Erie with temperatures in the mid-teens. As we take a look at the next 48 hours, so Friday looks good. There'll be some showers developing in and around the GTA Friday afternoon, and there's about a 30% chance of showers in London and Midwestern Ontario. It'll be Saturday where things become increasingly unsettled with a chance of rainfall developing and the possibility of some thunderstorms. So you can see this is Saturday afternoon. So we have some showers pushing towards Sarnia, just north of London. Some rainfall in and around Perth County and towards Toronto. Anywhere across southern Ontario, there is the potential for some rain on Saturday. So we have the air mass is changing. We're becoming increasingly unstable. And as low pressure starts to drag a cold front in as we head into Sunday, showers will be developing. Friday looks beautiful, Lauren. It's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow, 30 degrees, but increasing cloud cover and humidity. Saturday, showers move in. Showers on Sunday. Daytime highs 25, 26 degrees. Holiday Monday, another picture-perfect day. Lots of sunshine, a great way to celebrate the Civic. 26. 28 on Tuesday with sunshine, a mix of sun and cloud on Wednesday, and the risk of showers and thunderstorms Thursday. Wednesday into Thursday, it's going to be extremely hot and humid. So you'll notice the high humidity tomorrow, and then over the weekend, muggy with scattered showers and thunderstorms. There'll be a lot of cloud cover around, so that'll put the brakes a bit on the daytime high temperatures. Midwestern Ontario, 27 for your Friday, the risk of nighttime rainfall, and then showers expected Saturday and Sunday. 25 degrees over the weekend. By Monday, the holiday sunshine, and again, Monday looks gorgeous. Lots of stability in the forecast into Tuesday, 28 degrees, heating up Wednesday with the chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms on Thursday. However you're spending the holiday weekend, if you're kicking it off early, Friday's going to be a hot day, so looking for ways to keep cool, and then you'll be dodging some scattered showers and thunderstorms Saturday into Sunday. Lauren, back to you.
Thanks, Julie. Well, speaking of the heat, a zoo in Prague has found an effective way to keep its polar bears cool during the scorching European summer heat wave. The two polar bears wasted no time cooling off, rolling around in beds of ice cubes in their outside enclosure. It's a timely treat with highs hitting 38 Celsius. Zookeepers say the ice is also a stimulus for the bears to engage in some physical and mental activity.
CTV News London has a newsletter helping you start your day with the latest local headlines. By signing up, you'll get local news content from CTV London direct to your inbox, including top stories, the forecast, and videos. You can sign up at ctvnewslondon.ca.
Montreal is marking the 50th anniversary of the 1976 Olympic Games, and as a part of those celebrations, a legend among gymnasts is making a return to the place where she accomplished the first ever perfect 10 in an Olympic competition. CTV's Jean-Bia Boschman has more.
With her trademark stance seen around the world half a century ago, Nadia Comaneci, nicknamed the Queen of the Montreal Games, returned to mark the 76th Olympics anniversary.
I am here because a 14-year-old decided to do something, 50 years ago. And I'm impressed as an adult right now about the courage that that 14-year-old had.
The young gymnast from Romania landed the first perfect 10 in Olympic history on July 18, 1976.
If you listen to the arena, people, you can hear, so I call it the Nadia touch.
The 10 was so unexpected, the scoreboard showed a 1.0. Her husband of more than 30 years now, fellow Olympic champion Bart Connor, who was also competing in Montreal, was sitting in the stands when she performed.
It changed the trajectory of the Olympic movement.
The Games were playing out with the backdrop of boycotts over apartheid, of the Cold War, of massive cost overruns for the host city. Many Montrealers still call the Olympic Stadium the Big O, as in O-W-E.
I think the whole Olympic movement was in trouble. And all of a sudden, some, 14-year-old girl comes from Romania and scores a perfect score, which had never been accomplished. And it kind of like reinvigorated the value of the Olympics again.
Comaneci scored 7 perfect 10s in Montreal, picked up 5 medals and 4 more at the Moscow Olympics in 1980. She defected to the U.S. in 1989, escaping the brutal regime of Nicolae Ceausescu. This June, Comaneci was back in Romania to mark the 50th anniversary of the 76 Olympics, where she's revered by generations. But she's also welcomed as a local hero in Montreal, where her feats sparked a baby boom of women named Nadia in her honor. Now, her visit will be quite busy. She'll be receiving an honorary doctorate. There's a plaque unveiling and that parade of the women named Nadia. All that within 3 days. Geneviève Beauchemin, CTV News, Montreal.
That's our time tonight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm Lauren Stallone. Have a good night.